What's good, y'all? Welcome to the Onyx Reports. Black male, excuse me, I'm thrown off today. Welcome to the Onyx Reports. Uh, Black Black Masculinist news feed. I got a bunch of office hours to do in a second, so I just wanted to get this one in because I was sent a paper by a good brother of mine, Hood Scholar, on Facebook, Sharp Professor, and he sent me a piece I'd never heard of before, and it is entitled "Black Men Get the Least Amount of Sleep Due to Socioeconomic Factors." And so I just kind of wanted to share this. That's the title of it, and you should be able to check it out yourself. If you're, an academic, you should be able to find it. You can find it on the NCBI .mlm.nih.gov site, your articles, right? And I just wanted to read off a little bit of information about it. So in terms of this is based on a study. This is based on a study from an academic paper. And it says, in terms of the objectives of the study, lower socioeconomic status is associated with short or long sleep duration and sleep disturbance, e.g. sleep apnea, which are all related to increased mortality risk. General sleep complaints, however, which may better approximate symptoms as they are experienced, have not been examined in a large population sample. So it goes to methods. It says sample consisted of 159,856 participants from the Behavioral Risk Factor Surveillance System, representing 36 states, regions across the U.S. Right now, there's a section of the paper on page 471 that I thought was important because I had not heard this anywhere, but it made sense. And it reads, Lauderdale and colleagues analyzed data from the Cardia study, which collected subjective and objective sleep from 669 middle-aged adults in Chicago. They found that sex and race, white or black, was related to sleep duration, and the most sleep reported by white, with the most sleep reported by white women, right, and the least by black men. Right? This finding persists even after adjusting for other demographic and socioeconomic variables. Income in this study was significantly related to sleep quality. Right? So again, shout out to Hood Scholar for this piece. Now, what is it saying? Right? Obviously, based on socioeconomic factors, it says that black men actually have the least amount of sleep in that regard. But it's not just about sleep. It's the impact of a lack of sleep and what it does, right? Because you can actually develop mortality-oriented risks. You know what I mean? Conditions that are a product of lack of sleep that affect overall health in a life-death fashion. Even if you just looked into sleep apnea, it's actually pretty deep when you look at all the issues that can come along with that. You know what I mean? Because fundamentally, what you're talking about is a lack of oxygen to the brain, to the body, and it has debilitatory effects over time. Right? Processing information, breathing, oxygen circulation around the body. It can produce all kinds of things from weight gain to ED, heart issues, so on and so forth. So this issue of a lack of sleep is not just a matter where, people are walking around tired because they're not sleeping enough. It's more significant than that. It speaks to conditions that are produced out of a lack of sleep that can affect life or death. So, this is yet another area where we're finding black men vulnerable. And I know people say to me, well, this channel, all you do is complain. No, it's not about complaining. It's cataloging and archiving and explaining the issues black men face because we don't talk about them enough. I mean, outside of prison, maybe occasionally unemployment, we have these very superficial narratives. We talk about it in terms of men getting shot by the police or something. We have very superficial narratives about what we talk about with black men. And when you try to break out of that and really get into the nuance of black male life, all of a sudden it's a bit of a problem. People don't want to hear it. It's complaining. No, I'm trying to speak to black men particularly and let y'all know these are the issues on the table. And if any of these affect you, I want you to take it seriously. If you're suffering from sleep apnea or any sleep disorientation issues, right, I want you to get checked if at all possible. You have that within your means, right? If you're finding that, I know for sleep apnea, you can have all kinds of issues. You can wake up with severe headaches. wake up in the middle of the night feeling like you're choking. You can even wake up feeling claustrophobic and you don't really know why. A lot of these can be tied because in sleep apnea, you just basically stop breathing. It's basically what happens. You stop breathing. Now, some of that is definitely weight related, but the study, interestingly enough, didn't include weight. It just included sleep. That's what it focused on. So, and it's not limited to sleep apnea, I would say. They just use that as one example. But at the end of the day, fellas, get checked out. Any of these issues that come up that you feel like you might have some relationship to, I want you to take the time to get it checked out. Because what we're finding is these things actually have a severe impact on quality of life. And when it comes to the top 10 causes of death, Black men find themselves in those top 10 disproportionately. Mostly due to heart issues, cancer, so on and so forth. But, we know stress is an underlying factor in many of these issues, including this one, I would argue. But anyway, because fundamentally, if they're saying that these are we're talking about access to sleep or sleep duration in relation to socioeconomic factors, then stress is a direct factor. There are some material conditions produced by low socioeconomic status in terms of access to healthcare, access to quality food, maybe even access to a safe environment where you can sleep, without, suffering something directly in relation to what others may do to you. But stress is more than likely another factor in this as well. You don't know where your next paycheck is coming from, your next meal is coming from. If you're working in a field that's insecure, all of these things can directly affect you. So I basically I posit this short video today as a public service announcement, a suggestion. Please make sure you get checked. Please make sure you have the support you need. And if you can't really tell, if you're not dealing with something straight up like insomnia, but you're not sleeping securely, one way to find out is if you have a partner. If you have somebody you're sleeping with, and they can let you know, if they haven't already, how you actually sound. One of the things, again, with sleep apnea, you stop breathing. And you may not even know you have it for years. So you might have to have a partner say, yeah, you stop breathing when you sleep, or you snore really loud. The snoring is more than just how it annoys people or whatever. It has to do with you actually being able to breathe. So anyway, just wanted to shoot that at you real quick. Based on this piece that came out, I thought it was important enough to just offer. And if any of it sounds like anything you've experienced or anybody has experienced, take the next step, get checked out, watch yourself, keep your head on a swivel, brothers, and I hope you enjoy your day. Peace.